What's crackalacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another episode on our How Much series. Now, this is something that we haven't actually done in a while, and the reason for that is the market's been a mess, and I don't want to give you guys advice if I don't personally believe in it. But it's kind of got to a stage now where the market's crashed massively again, and personally, I can see some decent investments floating around. So what we're going to do is talk through those, and I'm going to tell you which ones are my favourite as well. So the first player we're going to start off with, and I should also mention that this whole episode is going to be based around the Serie A. And if you guys enjoy this, then I'll do an episode for each league and pick out potentially my favourite ones for each league. So we're going to be looking at Dries Mertens as our first player. Now, he's obviously nailed on for a team of the season, and it's almost impossible for him not to get one. The amount of informs this guy's got is absolutely ridiculous. If we have a look at his latest inform, though, his 89 rated inform, you can see that you can currently pick him up quite comfortably for about 292,000 coins as the cheapest on Xbox, and about 340,000 coins on PlayStation. Now, why do I think this guy's a good investment? Well, if we look at his stats firstly, 95 pace, 94 shooting, 91 passing, 93 dribbling. Like, how do you improve on that? If you throw a chemistry style on that, boosting up his physical, and maybe boosting up his shooting, I guess. I mean, nothing really needs improving apart from the physical side of it. He's already an absolute beast. If we think about his Team of the Season card, most likely going to be like a 94, 95 rated card. It's going to be extremely rare to pack, and it's going to cost an absolute bomb because he's going to be one of the best strikers in the Serie A by quite a long way as well. The likes of Dybala, if he makes Team of the Season, Higuain, Icardi, they're slower players. Dybala maybe not so much, but the others are slower players. He's a fast player, easy to link up, Belgium nationality. He's got everything going for him. Now, it's going to cost about 1 million coins in my guess, between 800 to 1 million coins for his Team of the Season. So if we can pick this one up during the crash for a fraction of what it once was, then when people come to buy their teams and build their final teams, then if they can't afford these Team of the Season cards, and let's face it, most people aren't going to be able to afford Team of the Season cards across the board, then they're going to be going for those players that maybe they're inform versions of the card, maybe versions that aren't quite so expensive all around the board. And the same logic carries over to Nainggolan. Now, Nainggolan's cards, it's a little bit more expensive on PlayStation than it is on Xbox, so we want to be looking at his 88 rated if we can find one of them. Now, on PlayStation, his 88 rated is currently about 680,000 coins, so it's fairly expensive. On Xbox, about 550, I think was the cheapest there. 533,000 coins. Now, during the last couple of days, they've dropped almost 100,000 coins. And does this mean that I feel like this is going to be a nailed-on investment? Well, I actually feel like there's quite a bit of risk involved in this. Because yes, his Team of the Season is going to be one of the best cards on the game, in my opinion anyway. But it's also going to be to the stage of it costing an absolute fortune. But at the same time, 600,000 coins for a card is an absolute fortune as well. If we look at his first inform card, you can see you can pick it up for around 200,000 coins on Xbox, about 300,000 coins on PlayStation. If we compare these stats to his base card, he's got +1 pace, +5 shooting, +3 passing, +5 dribbling, +4 defense, +4 physical. Huge upgrades around the board, even though it is only a 1 jump in rating points. Now, for 200,000 coins, when he's been much, much higher until about a day ago, and 300,000 coins on PlayStation, sorry, I just see so much potential with this guy. If we look at the jump from the 86 to the 87, there's about 2 points in each stat. And the 87 to the 88, you've got 1 or 2 points in each stat. So the jumps become less and less. The jump from the non-inform to the first inform still feels like a fairly big jump, and I feel like this could increase in price. Again, this one's a little bit more risky, and I'd err on the side of caution with this guy. Right, guys, so the next player we're going to look at is going to be Inform Cuadrado. Now, on PlayStation, he's currently 150,000 coins. Oh, sorry, second Inform Cuadrado is what I meant. He's currently 150,000 coins on PlayStation, and he's going for around just over 100,000 coins on Xbox. Now, if we look back just even a day, he was about 150,000 coins on PlayStation and not far off the same kind of price on Xbox. Now, why do I think that this guy's a good shout? Firstly, he's a 5-star skiller. People love their skill moves, and he ticks all the boxes there. His weak foot isn't quite what you want, but his high-medium work rates they're good. They're fairly good. If you want an attacking formation with your wingers, just burning down the field and not fussed about them coming back, you know, the typical counter-attack kind of football, then he fits the bill. Another good thing about it is he's from Juventus. So a strong link into Dybala up top or Higuain up top, and then you don't need any more chemistry on him. If we're looking at alternatives in the league as well, we've got the likes of Salah. But apart from that, there is literally nobody that I can think of. Now, when we think about who's actually going to get a Team of the Season card here, I believe Salah is going to get the Team of the Season card for the league. And that means that this could be the best card we see of Cuadrado. But it doesn't mean it's our only choice for investment. We also have Salah's latest card, his 87 Man of the Match card. He's got high medium work rates, but he's 4-4, which is absolutely incredible. You can pick this guy up for about, I think it's about 86,000 coins. Wow, it's an absolute steal. He's 84,000 coins on Xbox and just over, literally just over 100,000 coins on PlayStation. Now, again, the reason I like these investments is because when Team of the Season drops, a Salah with even better stats is going to go for about 400,000 coins. I'd assume anyway, maybe a tiny bit more. Now, this card here, for under 100,000 coins, his pace is basically maxed out. His dribbling doesn't need any improvement. Stick some kind of chemistry style on for his shooting and passing. And obviously, he's not going to be as good as the Team of the Season card, but his stats will be stupidly solid across the board. And when people come to build their final teams, they're going to be splashing out on one big player usually for one or two positions. These kind of players can only rise when they come to pick up the next best thing if they can't afford the Team of the Season versions. Now, the only downside is Serie A isn't used quite as much as like the BPL or La Liga perhaps, but so many big cards coming out for Team of the Season, that could all change. Right, guys, so the last couple of players we're going to look at here are going to be right-backs in the Serie A. Now, the reason I love these investments at the moment is because the likelihood of any big players making it as the right-back for the Team of the Season seems fairly slim as it stands. Florenzi obviously is out injured for most of the year, and picking up his inform card, as you can see here, for about 80,000 coins on Xbox, I just don't see how people can't want a card that's 80 plus in every area, especially with huge pace as well. 87 pace. With a shadow card, he's almost maxed out. 86,000 coins is the cheapest, I think. Just absolutely ripping people apart. If there's no better option available for Team of the Season, and the best option we have currently is Florenzi, then why would people not come back to him when they build their final teams? Now, on PlayStation, he's currently about 125,000 coins, dropping about 30,000 coins in literally the last day. I don't know. Personally, these are players that I've never been able to understand why they've dropped so much, because I just feel like they're always going to hold value, but they have. They've plummeted. And when people build these final teams, yes, you have got the likes of Dani Alves, but these players here are much more affordable and much more fairly priced. I mean, Alves isn't the strongest player all around. He's got the pace, but Florenzi is just so much more rounded. It's the same with Birthday Abate. Look at that pace everywhere apart from shooting above 80. And the great thing about him is he's highly affordable. If we're on PlayStation, you can pick this guy up for about 60,000 coins, just over. On Xbox, you can pick him up for about 50,000 coins, I think it is. You know what? It might even be cheaper than 50,000 coins. When people build their end-of-year teams, that's what everyone's not understanding when they make these sells coming up to Team of the Season, thinking about the crash. When people come to buy the end teams, they're going to need players like this. They're solid. There's not going to be improvements available for these kind of players, most likely. Hence, people are going to buy them up, prices are going to increase, and they're going to be in demand. Again, guys, all of these options that I've mentioned to you in this video, though, they are my opinions. None of these are 100% safe bets, so it's more my understanding of my logic coming across and my beliefs on how people will react and build their teams when Team of the Season is released. So if you do like any of these suggestions and you think, I want to invest in XYZ player that I've mentioned, or different players in the league, just make sure you understand why you're doing it. You're picking them at a price that you've studied and you've realized, well, this is the cheapest they've been. Personally, I think they're going to rise from here on out, etc., etc. You've got to believe in your own investments. Don't just do what I say and then blame me if it goes wrong. Just believe in it yourselves or don't invest. And I know that sounds harsh, but you come to my channel for the honest truth, and that is the honest truth. Now, the one risk we have with these investments is we don't know how far down the line the Team of the Season for Serie A is going to drop. Now, if it's really far down the line, these players may continue to decrease in price as people open packs for other leagues or something like that. If it's the second or third, then we may be absolutely fine with it. It's always a gamble with investments like this as to how the market's going to react. Personally, I see them increasing in this price. So I see them getting more expensive than the prices I showed you. That doesn't mean that they're at their absolute cheapest at the moment, although I feel that with this market crash and the prices they're at now, they are ridiculously cheap as it stands. Anyway, guys, going to wrap up the video there. Like I said, if you do want me to finish this off for other leagues and give my opinions and advice on like BPL, La Liga, Bundesliga, etc., then drop a like. If we can hit 50 likes on this, then I'll make sure I continue this series going forward for the rest of the league's pre-team of the season. If you're new around here, if you could subscribe, that would be incredible. And comment down below if I've missed any big players out. You disagree with me, you agree with me, any logic. I'd love conversations. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for all the continued support you give me on the channel. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.